The last time the Boston Shamrocks played a home game here at TD Garden, they were shut out by a Canadian team, the Montreal Royals. Now, they're at home again against another Canadian team, the Toronto Huskies. They play each other for the second time this season. Toronto won their last time out on opening night by a score of 3-1. Nikita Kucherov had 2 goals in that game, including a late winner. So, going into this one, Boston, no goals against Montreal, 2 goals against New York. There is visible frustration growing with Bruce Cassidy's team. Tyler Toffoli will again start at right wing, and Kevin Lankinen is back in the net. Toronto is really good. Ivan Fedotov will be back in the net for this one. Now, Ivan Miroshnichenko will play today, and he'll play in their next game too, but he will not play during the replay scheduled for Friday, June 19th. Yes, you heard it here first. Friday, June 19th, the Toronto-Minnesota game will be replayed. So anyways, Miroshnichenko, Kucherov, Nelson are the forwards for Toronto. Meanwhile, for Boston, it's Bunting, Toffoli, and Zibanejad. Goaltending matchup, Kevin Lankinen, Ivan Fedotov. Boston in black for the second day in a row, while Toronto is in the Arctic white again. Faceoff is won at Toffoli. Across, a shot by Bunting and a stop. Now in the middle, Lankinen got a piece. You hope Lankinen doesn't get frustrated again. That's the last thing that Boston wants, is more goaltender frustration. Toffoli has it. He had a goal in the last game, a shot, another save by Fedotov. He's made 2 in the early going. Miroshnichenko across. Lankinen made the save on Kucherov. And now over Bunting. Shoots, blocked. Nelson got the block. And then Miroshnichenko denied by Lankinen, who was just sitting there. It now goes behind the net, the Shamrocks, wearing their beautiful black jerseys. They're probably one of my favorite jerseys in the league. Taking time to reset. Threw it away. That was on goal. And now a shot save. Now Miroshnichenko's shot not even close. Here's Zibanejad. He has a couple of goals on the season, but the shot got deflected by Nelson, who did not have a point in their 7-6 overtime loss to New York. That's on goal too. A lot of crazy dump-ins today. Bunch of saves in the early going by both goalies. Here's Bunting a chance, and a stop is made by Fedotov. Miroshnichenko to the middle. Nelson scores! Brock Nelson gets Toronto on the board. It's 1-0. An early goal for the Huskies. That is not what Bruce Cassidy wanted. Nelson did not get a point against New York, like I mentioned. His last goal was way back against Montreal in the first week of the season. And he finally has another one here. It is 1-0 Huskies. 3:54 for the first. Their 6th shot on goal. Finds the back of the net. Bunting up ahead. Zibanejad trying to respond, but he hits the bar. Then Miroshnichenko, 2 saves made by Lankinen against him. Now Toffoli. Another stop is made by Ivan Fedotov. And now here's Nikita Kucherov around to Miroshnichenko. Give and go. Never mind, it's in the middle. Now it's Kucherov who hits the post. And then a turnover. Zibanejad blocked easily by Nelson. Then Kucherov missed. Rebound is on goal, but Lankinen was equal to the task. Nelson, Miroshnichenko, swing and a miss. Now Toffoli in a save. He has it again across. That missed, and he knocked his own guy backwards, Zibanejad. They're going to go to Nelson in the middle. He shoots. Lankinen made the save. Rebound, that one hit the post. And they'll give him a second to skate up. Toffoli, another stop. Now to the middle, here's Nelson. There's another save by Kevin Lankinen. And behind the net again is Michael Bunting. He did not score in the last game against New York, but he did have 2 assists. He assisted on both their goals. Toffoli tried again. That was weak. And now Miroshnichenko has it. That shot is blocked and it winds up out of bounds. Now, on my TV right now is FS1 because of World Cup. As soon as this game is over, I'll get to watching Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. But for now, I'm watching Boston-Toronto. Shut up the draw by Kucherov, a save by Kevin Lankinen. Rebound, he made a second save. Toffoli across, that almost went in. But it didn't, there's a shot save. Rebound off the side. And now in the middle, Zibanejad, nope. Another stop is made, now we're going back and forth. This game is moving too fast for me already. Toffoli in behind the net. Bunting has it, a shot save. Now Kucherov, nope, and a rebound. Goes back to him, he tries again, a save. Rebound, another stop. I'm pretty sure that's 3 shots on goal in a row there for Kucherov. Bunting will pass it over to Foley. Nope, another stop is made by Fedotov. So, 2:15 to go in the period. The score is still 1-0 Toronto. You just hope if you're Boston, you can limit damage, potentially get another goal. But if you're going to have trouble scoring, you got to consider possibly making trades. Or maybe just shaking up the lineup, because you have guys like Fraser Minton and they're offside. Like I was saying, Fraser Minton has not been used much. And you also have, Tyler Toffoli, who you're just now starting to use. You also have Rasmus Kupari, who's really only used as an extra skater with the goalie pulled. That one hits the post from Miroshnichenko. Some close calls here for the Huskies, who are wearing their Arctic blue. So another color-on-color jersey matchup for you guys. Those are always fun, and a score! 2-0. Not quite sure what Lankinen was doing there, but he was being a little too patient with the superstar Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov gets the goal, his 13th of the season, retakes the league lead. He was tied with Kane after the game on Friday between these two. But he's reclaimed that goal lead. Those two are going to be battling for it until the end of the season, I feel. Toffoli sends it around to Bunting. A shot. That one hit his own teammate. Now Miroshnichenko has it. A save is made. And now Toffoli to the middle. Zibanejad a save. Rebound. That one missed. Shots are 20-13 for the Huskies. Up ahead, Miroshnichenko, a save by Lankinen. Rebound. He made 2 saves on Miroshnichenko. And now across Bunting. Another save is made. The puck winds up tapping the line. It went out of bounds. So we'll face it off in neutral ice. 1:38 for the period, 2-0 Huskies. Face off 1 to Kucherov. There's a save. It wound up in the net. It'll be no goal, and they put it up for the wrong team. So they'll just, correct that by not counting Boston's 15th shot. It's because it's already up there. And that's out of bounds. So now we'll face it off way back here. Both teams will get reset. Face-off is won. A shot scored through the 5-hole. Tyler Toffoli. We are tied. Or, excuse me, it's a 1-goal game. And it's clear that Tyler Toffoli is a welcome addition to the lineup. He's got 2 goals in the last 2 games. It's clear that Toffoli is a great addition to Boston's lineup. He's going to be a mainstay. He made himself available to media, addressed everything that happened in the New York game from a frustration standpoint. It's clear that he's going to be a mainstay in the lineup. Face-off is won. Miroshnichenko, a drive off the face-off. Lankinen made the save. And then a save on Kucherov. Here's Michael Bunting trying to tie the game up, but he missed in tight. Sends it up ahead. There's a shot, another save by Lankinen. They're dominating the shot. Toffoli took another try save. Rebound, that one's blocked by his own guy again. And now in the middle, Nelson a save. Rebound, 2 saves. Make it 3 on the same guy. Toronto's going to probably have darn near 40 shots here in the first period. They have 29 and there's still a minute left. Face-off is won to Boston. Bunting a chance, a save is made. To send up ahead, Nelson is blocked by Zibanejad. Then he takes a shot and it hits the bar. Miroshnichenko sees too much happening and then Kucherov took a shot, another save. Toffoli, back to Zibanejad to the middle. Now Toffoli is blocked. It's in the net, no goal because of the rule. No backwards deflection goals. Shots are still 30-18 for the Huskies. Shot off the draw. Great save by Lankinen. And then Fedotov made arguably a better save on Bunting. Kucherov threw it away. Toffoli is blocked. And now it winds up. They're saying it's not on the line. And a save is made. There's another drive. Stopped. Kucherov has it. Shoots, 2 saves by Lankinen. Plays it out. It rolls to Toffoli. Not even close. Miroshnichenko in a stop. It comes over to Kucherov. Waits and shoots. There's another save. They'll pass it around. Bunting is denied. Now to the middle. Nelson stopped. Across to Miroshnichenko, save, has it again though. He fires 2 stops. Boston will pass it around. Toffoli will take the shot. A stop is made. That'll do it for the period. I don't think that shot counted. Yeah, they're not going to count the shot. So that's the end of the first period. The shots are really high already at 37-22. Toronto took, they took 37 shots in that period? My goodness. They might have 80 shots by the end of the night. Oh my God, we'll be back. 20 seconds before the second period is slated to start. Our final attendance at TD Garden is 17,411. So once again, just shy of a sellout. Slight drop off from the game against Montreal, but it's not that big. So the second period has begun. Here's Miroshnichenko, missed the net entirely. Now a bunting a chance. He also missed the net. Zibanejad is knocked away by Fedotov, but they're saying it was going high. So no shot on goal. Love the color-on-color uni matchups. They all look great. Toffoli looking for his second, not going to get it. It was blocked. Bunting a save. Now in the middle, he has it again. That one's deflected, so he gets 1 shot. Here's Kucherov. Fires! Oh man, that had a lot of strength behind it. Here is Miroshnichenko. He fires. That one was weak on net, but a stop. Here's the Zibanejad. That at the post! My goodness! And then Toffoli has his second! We're tied! After a post hit, Tyler Toffoli single-handedly has tied the game. That lineup shakeup is all the Shamrocks needed to get going again. 32 seconds into the second period. Face-off is 1 to Toffoli. He takes another shot. Fedotov was equal to the task this time. Kucherov fan, and then Miroshnichenko responds. They've immediately retaken the lead. A shot that went in and out of the net, and all of the Huskies are on the goal sheet. Just beat them to the top right corner of the post. Just like that. It's 3-2 Huskies. Just when you thought you're tied and you got hope, Toronto comes right back. Just 6 seconds after Toffoli tied the game, Miroshnichenko comes right back. Now here's Kucherov. Across, Miroshnichenko has it. Tried to ring it around the boards, didn't really work. Turnover, shot, oh, he missed the open net. Oh, Bunting, you can't miss that. And now Kucherov turned it over. Bunting missed again, twice in a row. Now Zibanejad, that one missed also. You gotta hit the net if you're Boston. You're getting outshot by 15 right now, make it 16. As Kucherov is denied. Bunting sends it up to Zibanejad over to Toffoli. He's had the hot hand, but he missed off the side of the net. Bunting walks up and fires. Fedotov made the save. Kucherov sends it to the middle. Nelson. Now Miroshnichenko, another save. Rebound, 2 saves by Kevin Lankinen. And now that one somehow got on goal, but Fedotov denied him. Here's Kucherov. Will walk up, it bounces back to him. Nelson got it to him, there's a save. It comes back. Miroshnichenko will bring it behind the net and slow things down. Toronto will reset defensively. Miroshnichenko walks up, there's a shot, another save is made. Here's Tyler Toffoli, that one hit the post. And now Kucherov walks up, that's denied by Kevin Lankinen. Puck is sitting on the line, still on the line. Won by the Huskies. No, never mind, it's still on the line. And it wind up in the net. It's no goal. So, we'll face it off on the far side. Toronto is outshooting Boston by 20. Yet they're only up 1. Toffoli's shot, there's another stop, but it was going high, they say. So no shot. Kucherov is denied. There's a big block. Boston's got to hit the net. There's a turnover and a save again by Fedotov. Here's Kucherov. He'll send it around. Miroshnichenko, there's a save. Now threw it away. Kucherov. Nope, and that went out of bounds. And they're saying it was going high, but Lankinen knocked it away just to make sure. 2:45 for the period. Toronto leading at 3-2. The face-off to Boston. There's a save. Rebound. 2 saves by Ivan Fedotov. Toffoli trying to put the team on his back. Kucherov off the face-off. Lankinen closed it up. Now Bunting turned it over. Oh, what a save by Kevin Lankinen. And now that one missed in tight. And I think Toronto, they're going to slow it down, yeah. Taking it in behind is Miroshnichenko. Leaves it in the corner. Kucherov grabs it. Threw it away. Bunting blocked. Shots are 50-30 Toronto. Nelson. Miroshnichenko. Another stop is made. Now it goes down into the corner. Toffoli threw it away, but it wound up on the line, so they still keep it. And now in the middle. A fake. Zibanejad back. Bunting missed again. Here's Nelson. There's a save again. There's still 2 minutes left in the period. Toronto outplaying Boston, yet the Shamrocks hanging in there. They're down by just 1. Face off into the corner. Bunting threw it away. Miroshnichenko swing and a miss. And then he's blocked by Zibanejad. Kucherov across. They'll try it again. He's stopped this time. And now he has it again across. Kucherov. That's another save by Lankinen. The kid is putting in so much work. He is being told to do so much. After Tolopilo gave up 7 goals on 74 shots. So far, Lankinen, he's allowed 3 on 54. There's another turnover. A shot blocked by his own guy again. Zibanejad's got to stop blocking shots. Now Miroshnichenko, there's a save again. Now here's Bunting. Shoots. That one bouncing off the boards. It's no goal. It kept going forward. The save was made by Fedotov, but it bounced off the boards and in the net. By rule, that is no goal. So sorry, Shamrocks fans, that doesn't count. Face off the draw. What the heck? Toffoli had it perfectly on the goal, and then Miroshnichenko is easily stopped. Now here is Michael Bunting. To the middle. Zibanejad is stopped again. Toffoli. No, it's blocked. He tries again. Another save. They get 2 shots in that. Now Zibanejad fakes. Down tries. There's a big stop. Still getting outshot by 21. Turnover. Toffoli knocks the net off. And what's the call here? You can't... Wait, what? They're just going to keep playing? Okay, out of bounds. What just happened? Toffoli took the shot, knocked the net off. I don't know what happened there. 1 minute remaining in the period. Toffoli. Across. Never mind, it's a turnover. Nelson missed the net. And now Miroshnichenko is stopped. Here is Toffoli. That one missed. It's sent around to Kucherov. Across Miroshnichenko. Back to Kucherov. He shoots. And Lankinen closed it up. Has it back again across. Miroshnichenko is safe. Has it. Another stop is made. And now Nelson. There's another save and it went out of bounds. And a little bit late stopping the clock. My God, the shots are insane. 61-35. That is absolutely absurd. Nelson, Miroshnichenko, there's another save. And now Kucherov has it. He's offside on the play. They're giving him the shot on goal regardless. Zibanejad, that one missed. If you're Toronto, you got to take advantage. Here is Bunting. He shoots. No, it was going into the corner. They're giving him the shot on goal anyway. But an offside stops the play. 13 seconds for the period. I mean, look at the shots. That's absurd. Face off is one. Toffoli missed the net again. Has it back. He scores. We're tied. Boston hanging right around with one of the contenders after struggling in a lot of games. That's a hat trick. What a story. Toffoli starts out the year on the bench, but here he is making an impact. .5 on the clock. Kucherov across Miroshnichenko. Shot stopped again. 64 shots on goal to 37 for Toronto. Yet, the score is tied. This just goes to show that quality is better than quantity. That is the rule. 5.3 on the clock. Miroshnichenko has it. Over to Kucherov. He's a superstar. He takes a shot and a save is made. Their 65th shot of the game comes at the end of the second period. We're tied at 3 as we head to the third. We'll be back. We are set to begin the third period any minute now. It's been a fun one thus far. And you know what? I'm here for it. Even though Boston's getting outshot by nearly 30, it's been fun watching Boston, a team that was really doubted going into this one. A lot of people said it wasn't going to be close. Hang around with one of the top contenders in this league in the Toronto Huskies. Mainly thanks to Tyler Toffoli. He's got a hat trick, 4 goals in the last 5 periods of play. He is probably a mainstay in Boston's lineup from this point on. He took the shot. I was expecting him to pass there. Miroshnichenko has it. There's another save by Lankinen, who's been forced to take on a heavy workload in this game as Kucherov hits the post, and there's another save by Lankinen on Ivan Miroshnichenko. Sends it up. Nelson, he scored the first goal of the game. He was looking for another there, but he didn't get it. Bunting has it near side, or far side, and he somehow managed to get that on goal. Just on the backhand. And then threw it away to Foley. Never mind, it's Lankinen who taps it to Foley, and that was a booming shot. And then the rebound came to Bunting, who missed it. Now he threw it away, and Kucherov missed the net. He has it back again. There's another save by Kevin Lankinen. Here's Miroshnichenko. A stop is made. 70-40 are the shots. That's insane. Across turnover, save again by Lankinen. To Bunting. Now Zibanejad back to Bunting. Doesn't want to take the shot. Zibanejad will, and he missed the net. Now it rolls to Foley. Back to Zibanejad, another save. Boston is trying everything. They're really firing now. And now Nelson, there's another save. Bunting stopped. Now Miroshnichenko across. Kucherov, another save by Lankinen. The kid's been great all night. There's a save on to Foley. And now Bunting, he is stopped as well by Fedotov. Kucherov trying to send it around, but it got jammed in the corner. Miroshnichenko from distance. They're giving him the shot on that. They'll send it. It's on the line. It's won by Kucherov. And now Nelson, he missed the net. Not close. And now up ahead. Zibanejad. No, that was deflected. Rebound, another save is made. Now Kucherov puts it on the line. They're going to have to battle for it. And it goes to Bunting. And Boston will slow it down. 3 minutes to go here in the third. I don't think we've had a stoppage yet. Maybe one. Not in this period. Lankinen threw it away. Kucherov, a stop. Now Kucherov has it again for Miroshnichenko. He's stopped 3 times over by Kevin Lankinen. Now here's Bunting. Fires and Fedotov, another save. Threw it up ahead. Nelson, another stop by Lankinen. He's faced 78 shots and made 75 saves. Oh! Kucherov hit the post on an open net! How did he miss? Bunting a save. And now here's Miroshnichenko. He hit the post as well, I think. I cannot believe Kucherov missed that empty net. And now Zibanejad. There's another save by Fedotov. And in behind they go. 2:20. Have we had a stoppage in this period yet? Well, as I say that, that's the first one. I don't think we had a stoppage. We had maybe one before that. That was some nice continuous action. 3-3 with 2:17 to go. The shots are 80-49 Toronto. Face-off is won to Bunting. He's blocked by Zibanejad again. Now Toffoli takes another shot, but Fedotov closed up the 5-hole. Here is Nelson. He'll take a shot, a save, bounces out of bounds. Again, 81-50. That's just, oh my God. Lankinen has really hung in there as Toronto has thrown everything at him. But he's hung around long enough to keep Toronto in the game. And Tyler Toffoli's done his job over on the right side. Bunting a save by Ivan Fedotov. He'll try again and miss. Now Miroshnichenko across. Kucherov! He scores! With 2 minutes left in the game, Nikita Kucherov puts the Huskies in front for the 3rd time. I was just singing praises for Lankinen and how he's hung around. Holy announcer jinx. And Bruce Cassidy is going to call a timeout with 2 minutes left. In a 3rd period that's moved relatively quick. Thanks to all the continuous action, the Huskies take a 4-3 lead. Toronto has jumped ahead of Boston twice. 2-0 and 3-2. And Boston has come back twice from 2-0 and from 3-2. Do they have another one in them? 2 minutes left in the game. Huskies 4, Shamrocks 3. They come out of the huddle. When will they pull Kevin Lankinen? I do it with about 1.5 minutes left. That's about when I would do it. Face-off is 1 to the line. And now it's 1 to Toronto. And, oh, they're entering time-killing mode early. That's an early turnover. Shot to Foley, a save. Will they go back into time-killing mode? Yes. An early time-killing mode. I was not expecting them to enter time-killing mode this soon. Here's Bunting, a chance, a save again to the rebound, middle. Oh, another stop. They're calling it a shot on goal. 1.5 minutes left in the game. This is about when I would pull Kevin Lankinen if I was Bruce Cassidy. Just can't do it right now. Nelson, back to Kucherov. They play catch. Nelson puts it wide, and they're pulling him now. Extra attacker is going to be Rasmus Kapari. Across, turnover, and it's on the line. And then Miroshnichenko hit the empty net. 5-3 Huskies. And that should just about wrap it up. Boston put in their best effort today, but they just could not get that extra goal. Toronto was, and they lead at 5-3 with 1:11 to go, and that'll probably just about do it unless they have a late comeback up their sleeve. But you can't really do that when you turn the puck over. To the middle, that's blocked. Now Toffoli fires a save. He comes back, threw it away. Bunting, that's blocked. Toronto's been sound defensively. That's why their shot count is so low, Boston's. Kucherov puts one off the post and into the bench. 47.8 left. Outshot by 30. I almost don't believe it, and that should be offside on Kucherov. Okay, they are going to call it. That's interesting. They're saying he didn't get back fast enough. That's an interesting call in this game. Kucherov wants an explanation. They're saying he didn't get back fast enough, and he's just going to go face off because they're up 2 with 38.7 left. Doesn't want to take a stupid penalty. Another save. Fedotov's been good today. They put one on and a stop. They're doing the time kill. Turnovers. Zibanejad missed the net entirely. They'll pass it around some more. 20 seconds left. That one's on, and my goodness, this is an expert time kill. Just let Kucherov fire it every time. Nelson, that missed the net, and it went in. It doesn't count. 5 seconds left in the game. That should just about do it. Face-off is won. Bunting will take a shot, and he scores. Michael Bunting gets one late here. His first goal in a while. So it's 5-4 with 3 3 seconds, or with 2 seconds left in the third. And okay, this is an interesting move. They're pulling Kevin Lankinen, and they're going to put Rasmus Kupari out there. This is an interesting move by Boston. They're getting the extra attacker out there. They're telling Kupari to go to the other side. Here we go. 2 seconds left. They win the draw. It's on the line, and that's the game. That's a really tough loss for the Boston Shamrocks, a game that they hung around in the entire time. But the Huskies come on the road and they hang on to go to 4-1 and go back into first place in the PHLL standings. And I'll tell you one thing, Kevin Lankinen is skating off immediately. He doesn't even want to talk to his guys after they let him face 87 shots. That is the game. They had the face-off won. If they were able to get a quick shot, they would have had a chance. But because it touched the line, they couldn't take it. I mean, you could have risked it and, you know, they would have been called for the penalty, so it wouldn't have mattered. So, that's a final here from TD Garden. The Huskies win it by a score of 5-4. It was a great game. Boston hung around forever, but they just could not secure a victory today. So that's all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for Chicago, New York.